Welcome back, YouTube, to my second full video. In this video, we're going to be upgrading the Yaesu SP-9000 speaker with some new speakers inside of it. In this first clip, you're going to see exactly why we're upgrading it. The factory speakers are next to nothing, and these Phonema speakers have quite the magnet and are a significant upgrade. Here's the main speaker unit. First step is we're going to have to get these screws out to get the cover off. On a lot of this video, I will fast forward and cut out some of the monotonous stuff, and we'll start with that fast forwarding right here. Now that we're getting the last screw out, the next step will be to figure out how to get this cover off. Now initially I thought it slid backwards all the way off of the unit, and in reality it only needed to slide back about 1/4 of an inch, and then you just peel it off. Now that we've got the cover off, we get to look at the insides a little bit. Not much in there, and it's a lot of empty box. So first thing we'll do is take out this foam piece. Not sure exactly what it's for other than acoustics and trying to reduce the echo. They do make a kit for this thing to add a lot of insulation in. It basically fills the whole thing up. I have it on order, but of course it's back ordered, so we'll be waiting for that one. Here's the Phonema speakers in the packaging they came in. I got mine from DX Engineering. They are apparently one of the only suppliers in the US, if not the only supplier in the US. Open box up, you get a little booklet, a piece of foam in there that holds the speaker in place, a little sticker and a clip, and then the speaker itself. Next, we got to get these screws out of here that hold them in. There's 4 for each speaker, and then a small electric clip that clips into a circuit board for each one, and that is all there is to it. Now those previously mentioned small little electrical clips clipping into the circuit board, those are tiny and in a spot where fingers don't fit. So a nice little pair of miniature long needle nose pliers will help tremendously in getting those out of there. Again, there's no real trick to this. Just take your time, go nice and easy, don't lose your screws, and you'll be doing all right. Here you can see one of the seals I start to look at the other speaker to see if it was on there, and it was not. I did look, and it was in the speaker casing still. And here's another comparison of the two side by side. As you see, the factory on the left is significantly smaller and less of a product than the new Phonema speaker on the right. This is the little electrical clip to go onto the speaker post that they provide for the positive side. As you can see, I've got my soldering kit out at this point, and bear with me here because this is about the third time in my life that I've tried to solder or desolder anything, and I'm not that experienced at it. So here I am basically burning it off the thing. In the hindsight, and you'll see in a minute here, I did realize I had plenty of wire left just to clip these off, strip them, and redo it over. So it was good practice. We'll leave it at that. See me fussing around with it a little bit, and what I realized is that the wire was through a little hole in the post and then wrapped around it and then soldered. So I was trying to undo that. Again, like I said, there's plenty of wire that you can just clip them off as close as possible and then strip them and start over. Here's where I finally get smart and just cut them off. And then we'll move into crimping on the provided terminal onto the positive end and then soldering them onto the new speakers. throughout the video, you might notice my little visitor in the background. That is Kylie. She's a black lab and a Chesapeake Bay Retriever mix. She's deaf, she's just about blind. She has problems with her right eye, which you can probably see. She's a couple years past her expiration date, and because she's, I don't know, 15, 16 years old. And we're just happy that she's still healthy enough to enjoy life a little bit. Again, this is one of my first time soldering, so please, I'll keep practicing, and it got the job done. Alright, here we are, ready to put them back in. That seal I was talking about earlier that was on the front of the speaker, I'm putting that back into the housing there and getting it ready to put the speakers in. When putting them in, I will say that you would be best to try to connect the electrical clips first to the circuit board. You'll see at the end I had a heck of a time getting the last one in, and it required more light and finagling a finger down in there to push on it while I was holding it with the needle nose pliers. that we got it all back together, it's time to check it out before we put the cover on, make sure everything's working correct. I didn't take audio before or after. Audio just isn't captured and it won't come through your phone or speaker or tablet the way it comes through in person. I will say that the upgrade was definitely worth it and the speakers sound great. Now we're putting that piece of foam back in to give it just a little bit of sound quality enhancement. Again, I have that kit on back order from DX Engineering, just waiting for that to come in. It'll fill the whole case and I will try to do a video on that showing it. I was looking to see if there was a way to possibly use the foam that came with the new speakers in the box, but decided not to go full hillbilly on it. Get the cover back on, get it put in place, and I've got it hooked up and running now. And overall, again, I would say the great speaker upgrade. I am running all of my audio from my Mac Mini, my 2 radios, all of that is going through this speaker, and it has made a significant difference, especially when you get higher in volume. The clipping doesn't, it's not the speaker causing the issue. It, you know, if you get clipping, you know that your levels are off. So definitely worth the upgrade. It sounds quite a bit better, and I can't wait to get that installation kit in and installed in the speaker. If you made it this far in the video, thank you for watching the whole thing. I appreciate that. Again, thanks for stopping by, and if you haven't yet, please like and subscribe.